And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Good job, man. Good job.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 69 yards.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
Hurry up, here we go. Boom, land it.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3.
All right, here we go. Boom, land it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
On 3rd down. That's Bryant. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Here we go now.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here now the starters defensively for the Vikings. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
I was so proud of you in our meeting with the defensive coordinator because you asked the question that set him off. And all you said was, so what improvement do you need to see this week, Coach? And boy, he got fired up, didn't he? Takeaways. We need turnovers. We got to create them. Got so animated, jumped up in our meeting. It was fun to watch.
Somehow I always upset a coordinator in those meetings. Yeah. But they like you.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Hot.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey,
Here we go.
these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
Back to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the in route. Complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
'49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Set. 319. 319.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get...
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Let's go. Blue landed.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Let's go. 319.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Caught on the right side, Reed. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play. Back to throw now on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Meyer. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go. 319.
Now they try the right side here. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will tie us.